Okay, guys, let's start brewing that potion. Okay, all done. Here, you drink it first, Argo.
Why him? We all gathered those ingredients.
I'll make yours later, Juto, okay?
Hey now, what's with the split personality?
I'll let Juto have the first go.
Argo! You're ignoring my devotion to you? Argo! Well?
Don't tell me this is more of their fishy medicine.
I don't know. I'm not feeling particularly different.
What's wrong? Why isn't my love potion working?
Love potion?
Well, you see, that is,
You sent us out so you can make this weird stuff?
Oh, come on. Argo's such a cold fish. What's the deal? Why isn't it working on Argo?
It seems the potion has no effect on Trewa.
Well, if it had worked, it would have been an interesting show.
Yeah, well, just you wait and see. I'll get it to work next time.
There won't be a next time. How dare you use us to do your dirty work?
Oh, come on. I wasn't planning to have you drink it, Juto, so what's the big deal?
Let's get some rest.
Wake up, everyone! There's trouble!
Now what?
The Northern forces are marching on Navyblue Marsh!
What?
What's the situation?
We Mare have gone out to intercept them, but they're driving us back with their numbers! We could probably buy some time if we use paralyzing incense, but we don't have a lot prepared!
Hurry up and get ready, everyone. Let's provide backup for the Mare.
You would help us?
We'll see your village safely through this, no matter what.
Thank you! I'll fight with you!
You will? You can fight?
I might not look it, but I'm a village defender! Healing wizardry is my specialty!
That will be a big help. I've always been the only one I know who could use healing wizardry.
You can count on me!
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Magna Carta 2. After Celestine's failed love potion, we're unfortunately brought in by some bad news. We're going to have to go out and see what's going on in Navyblue Marsh. So, before I go, what I'm going to do is equip myself with some of my stronger weapons that I own. Again, simply because it'll make things a little bit faster for us. We'll be able to gather some experience, and it's not going to take us nearly as long to cut through all of the enemies. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave Celestine's weapon on her, I think, for now, just because I'm not going to be using her until we get over towards the boss fight. I am going to equip her with a couple of things, though, to help her out. She is going to come at a much lower level now, because she's been out of the party for quite a while. And I do actually have an earring in my inventory, the Earring of Genbu, which is going to make me immune to Frostnip. So I'm going to equip that on Juto, and I'm going to let my healers do the rest of the work if I do get afflicted with another status ailment. So with all that being said and done, I should be protected and ready to go. This is your last opportunity before heading out towards a boss fight to get any commons or weapons that you might need. And it's also recommended to save at the pillar before you get started.
Huh? What is an ice wall doing here?
The village wizards made it in a hurry to halt the enemy's advance. We blocked the path to Old Fox Canyon, but we couldn't block Dunan Hill in time.
In that case, we should concentrate our efforts on Dunan Hill.
Well, since the Northern Army's invasion route is one way, I'd say the odds are seriously in our favor. No way are we gonna lose!
Wow, you're really fired up.
You bet I am! Argo and I are gonna smash those guys with our lovey-dovey attack!
Argo, we're saved. You two have a lovey-dovey attack.
Okay, well let's get on with it. It's going to be a bit of a walk from here to Dunan Hill. We've been there a couple of times. We did that walk twice in the last video, so you'll just have to be prepared to fight enemies up along the way. Which is why I've gone ahead and equipped my stronger weapons just to cut through all of these enemies on our way towards Dunan Hill, you know, just to save time. You're gonna have a big mixture of enemies. We're gonna have some of the Kaneko, which is very close to what a Neko looks like. We're gonna have Northern Forces wizards, Northern Forces soldiers, we're gonna have werewolves, some of those boars. A lot of the enemies that we saw over at Old Fox Canyon. Nothing new, of course, this is all stuff that we've seen before. Some of these enemies are just a bit higher level, and instead of having to worry about burn and fever, we now have to worry about frostnip and frostbite, so just keep that in mind. It's completely up to you what party you'd like to use. I'm most likely going to use Juto, Argo, and Celestine, but because Celestine is a lower level, I also might go ahead and just stick with Zephy. And before I get to the boss battle, I will, of course, switch back to my regular weapons. Just because I wouldn't want to have too much of an advantage over the boss. Now, when you get to the fork in the road over by the Neko dwelling, it's completely up to you what path you'd like to take. There's going to be enemies in every direction that you take, so regardless of where you're going, you're going to have to cut through enemies. But if you really want to grind, you can go all throughout the marsh and fight as many enemies as you please. I'm not sure if they respawn in this area if you were to go back far enough, but they might. A lot of the enemies in this game will do that. And these enemies aren't giving too bad of experience. I mean, I've seen better, but I guess I've also seen worse. So it is completely up to you what you'd like to do. I'll most likely also go ahead and make a little bit of a save, or at least heal up at the pillar before we fight our boss. We're slowly advancing on that way. We're gonna have to fight a boss as soon as we get over towards Dunan Hill, so just keep that in mind. And this should be the final stretch here. We're gonna help out the Mare people, and Dunan Hill should just be a very short walk away.
What sort of work on this guy?
It doesn't look like I'm going to be doing much leveling up off of these enemies. Argo gained a level. And depending on how many side quests you've completed and how much grinding you've done, you will most likely be around level 21. I'm level 22 with Juto and Argo, and I do believe Zephy and Cressel are level 21. Unfortunately, Celestine will join you at a much lower level. I do believe she's level 17. So it's up to you whether you want to put her in the party to have her gain a little bit more experience, or whether you want to bench her and use her at a later date.
Alright, let's go!
So these should be the last two soldiers. If you pull up your map, you can see the yellow exclamation point on the map. Don't approach that point unless you are ready for a boss battle. I'm going to go ahead and switch back all of my old equipment. And I think that I'm ready, so I'm going to go forward.
It's been a long time, Huaren.
I see that you're still personally leading the troops on the front line, Princess. In that last battle, it looks like our sentinels suffered a resounding defeat. Say now, could that mean you've uncovered the sentinels' weak spot?
That's right. They're not going to walk all over us anymore.
Perhaps, but the price has been paid by Highwind Island.
The island. What have you done to it?
You'll see.
Don't you dare lay a hand on the islanders!
What will you do about it? You can't even control your own power.
Judge for yourself. If I'm a failure!
Okay, so this is Huaren Jass. We saw him talking to Claire a little bit earlier on in the game. So now we've starting to run into a lot of the bigwigs over at the Northern Forces Army, so you know that things are starting to get a little bit heaty. So what I'm going to do for this battle is step up my abilities a little bit. I'm going to go with some more powerful abilities to inflict some more damage. I'm going to be using chaining in this battle. The first thing you're going to need to do is target Huaren's arm and take that out first. And once the arm has been taken out, you should have the ability to attack his body.
This is my power! That was great timing, huh?
And of course, now that you're allowed to attack the body, his health bar will start to go down. He has the ability to inflict burn and fever on your characters, so just keep that in mind. It may not have been a bad idea to keep your Earring of Red Sparrow on, if you still have it. And if you do have Zephy in your party, she should be able to heal those status ailments for you. And then, of course, I also have a lot of items that I can use, which will help me.
I avoided the attack.
So what I recommend for this battle is chaining to the best of your ability.
Gonna be strong.
Huaren's not particularly difficult, however, he will most likely put up a force field soon that will allow him to heal, and he can heal back thousands of HP, which is very, very frustrating.
It's gonna take a bit longer.
So we need to watch out for that, but in the meantime, just kind of slowly work his HP down to the best of your ability.
This is the end.
And of course, Juto died before I had the chance to really save him. I was going to heal, but I wasn't allowed to heal in the middle of Huaren's attack. But that's okay, we've got items for that. And Zephy's not really doing her job. She should be healing. She was having a bit of a hard time there, but hopefully if I let her AI do the job, it should work. It can be really tough for characters to do their abilities when they don't have the proper con. She's really struggling to generate more than 1 or 2 con at a time. But luckily Huaren's not too difficult to defeat. It's more of who can outlast the other. And if Zephy isn't working for you, you can always switch in Celestine. If she has her aroma sprayer equipped, she should be able to use healing abilities as well.
Don't you think my skills are pretty useful?
And I'm very surprised he hasn't put up his healing shield yet. We might get very lucky here, because he doesn't seem to have much time to attack, with Argo and Juto attacking him constantly. And if I keep doing successful chaining, he'll go down even quicker.
I haven't had such an amusing time in ages. I look forward to our next meeting.
Okay, let's mop up what's left of their grunts.
Awesome! The northern forces are being forced back!
Zephy is out too far ahead. She could find herself surrounded by the enemy. Juto, let's support the princess.
Yeah, let's go.
Look! Doom seeds!
What?
My con! Doom seeds!
You must not allow her to be killed.
Juto.
Princess.
Do you have any idea what you just did?
Calm down, Crocell.
You expect me to stay calm after that? Juto! You turned your sword to the princess!
You're wrong. I was...
You're out of your mind!
Calm down, Crocell. Juto saved my life back there.
But he put your life in danger too. It's like he was a totally different person a second ago.
But I didn't do it on purpose.
Acting like it was nothing, huh?
Like I said, I didn't do it on purpose, okay? I don't want this power either. I'm tired of being treated like a freak.
I bet you lost control because you were so intensely focused on defeating the Northern Forces soldiers. The same thing happened to me when I fought Elgar.
What I did was inexcusable, Princess.
No, Juto. If you hadn't come to my rescue when you did, I would have been in serious trouble.
That's right. If it weren't for Juto, Zephy might have died. Still, to be honest, the Juto I saw back there was scary. It's like you were a different person.
I need to make this perfectly clear. Juto, I'll admit that you have talent. I definitely have to give you props for your ability. We need somebody like you in the unit. But I have to be honest, your power isn't normal. It's nothing at all like the power the princess has. Your strength is... it freaks me out. Just what the hell are you?
Crocell, I think it's best if those questions wait until after Juto gets his memory back. Thanks to him, we were able to defeat the Sentinels, right?
I agree. Juto is one of our own.
Alright, fine. I don't think he's one of the bad guys either.
In any case, we saw Cota Mare through the battle. We were victorious!
Yeah, thanks everybody! I bet the chief is gonna be happy too!
Once again, we find ourselves in your debt. You have our heartfelt thanks.
Not at all. Anyone would have done the same thing.
The Mare would like to do something to repay your friendship and kindness. We thought that we might accept your kind offer and form an alliance with you.
Yes, gladly. It will be an honor.
It is all that we Mare can do just to protect this humble village and keep it safe. However, we will render any assistance we can.
We're grateful.
I would like you to take Celestine with you. Appearances to the contrary, she is an excellent warrior of Cota Mare. I'm sure she will prove useful.
It'll be a pleasure. Actually, I badgered the chief all day yesterday and finally got her to give in. 'Cause I want to go wherever Argo goes.
You will be putting your life at risk on the battlefield. Are you sure?
You bet! I'm a guardian of the Mare people.
Isn't that great? Right, Argo?
Celestine.
Huh?
The time has come to tell you the truth about your parents.
My parents?
You are fully aware that your father was a human, I take it.
Yeah, I know. I was told that he died.
In truth, your father completely vanished to parts unknown quite a long time ago. It is not certain what happened to him or if he is alive or dead.
You mean he's missing?
15 years ago, your father wandered into Cota Mare, gravely wounded, and collapsed in Navyblue Marsh. It was your mother who brought him to the village, cared for him, and nursed him back to health. In almost no time, the two were married, but your mother died soon after your birth. It must have been too painful for your father to go on living in Cota Mare without her. He entrusted you to my care when you were still just an infant, and then left Cota Mare. He has not been seen by anyone since that day. He was apparently a mercenary, but in this time of war, who is to say if he has survived the fighting?
My papa. He might still be alive?
The man's name is Vyzen. I'm told that before coming here, he had no family and lived in solitude.
Vyzen, you say? Not Vyzen the Silver, by any chance?
Argo, you know him?
I've heard of him from fellow mercenaries. Weizen is a rare name. If your father was a mercenary, he might be Weizen the Silver. Apparently, he got the name from the color of his hair.
Your father also had a brilliant silver mane of hair.
I see. So Papa was a mercenary.
I realize that all this must come as a shock to you. I always knew the day would arrive when you would be overcome with curiosity and want to leave us for a time. Search for your father or do not search for him. The choice is yours. Now, go. I expect that you will gain much on this journey.
Yeah, Chief, thank you for looking after me.
Also, there is one other thing. This should prove useful to the Southern Army. You have been to the undersea tunnel once before. In fact, the tunnel connects to Abazet.
What? There was that path behind my house that led to the undersea tunnel, right? If you take the other path from there, it leads to Dunan Hill.
A secret route, huh? There's a Northern Forces stronghold on Dunan Hill.
If that's true, and we can get to Cota Mare from Abazet using the undersea tunnel route, we could launch an attack without the Northern Forces realizing what we're up to.
Exactly. At the moment, that is all we can do for you.
It's more than enough. Thank you so much. I promise you, we will drive the Northern Forces off of Dunan Hill and bring peace back to Cota Mare.
We are grateful. Let Celestine be your guide to the undersea tunnel.
Leave it to me.
Okay, so a lot of cutscenes and a lot of things going on. A lot of questions left unanswered, but unfortunately we're gonna have to stop here before we make our way back to Abazet, just to kind of absorb everything that's gone on recently, seeing as how we have a lot to take in. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.